Jack Barnes, MP caretaker, Southeast Clarendon. I'm still in the vicinity of the Alley Bridge, which the Ryamina would have run under. It's really high fording, and as it's now, this bridge now is impassable because there are several debris which block the entrance of the bridge. So I'm advising the motoring public to avoid the Alley Bridge at this time because it is now impassable to traverse. I think very soon the access will be restricted because there is a gate that should be locked to prevent the motoring public from entering this section. So I just want to appeal to the motoring public to avoid the Alley Bridge at this time.
JBNN will keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Before we get into the news, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share the news with someone today. Now on to the news. JSAF probing allegations of gangster cop. A probe is currently underway by the Jamaica Constabulary Force Command following allegations that a police officer may be the head of a gang said to be affiliated with Saturday night's attack on Bowens Road, St. Andrew, that left 3 men dead. I'm seriously concerned. In fact, we just had a meeting with the High Command. It was brought to our attention. We are concerned about that allegation and we are taking it very seriously, and we're doing some work around that to identify whosoever that citizen is, said Superintendent Damian Mandison, head of the St. Andrew South Police. He said that there's a zero tolerance when it comes to police corruption and the police involved in illicit activities or gang activities. So once these allegations come forward, we're going to take it seriously, and we're going to do our lines of inquiries, and we're going to take the necessary actions if found to be so. We're hoping it is not, but if it is, we'll do otherwise, he warned. The allegations were shared by residents of Bowens Road who claimed the attack was carefully orchestrated by the cop and carried out by his cronies. Man is not a warning for the perpetrators of the pre-dawn attack. To those who thought it was prudent to go into the community of Bowens Road to carry out this heinous attack, I just want to send a simple message to them that wherever you are, we're coming to get you. Wherever you hide, wherever you run to, we're going to get you, because those in our society who are for law and order far outnumber you and your guns that you think you have, and we're going to find you, he said. You can save yourself all of that by turning yourself in at any station of your choice. Go to any pastor, go to any member of the clergy if you wish, or your lawyer, and turn yourself in. One thing for sure, your days are numbered, he said. Inmate dies suddenly in Spanish Town lockup. The Independent Commission of Investigations INDECOM has launched a probe into the sudden death of an inmate at the Spanish Town Police Lockup in St. Catherine. He has been identified as Michael Bryan, a 51-year-old mace of Montmorland, Segoville, St. Catherine. It's reported that at about 3:40 p.m. on Monday, Bryan was being held on a charge of rape, complained of being ill. He was assisted to the Spanish Town Hospital for treatment, where he died. Senton man slapped with murder and arson charges following housebreaking. A 37-year-old man is now facing multiple charges including murder, arson, and a shooting with intent after allegedly breaking into a premises in Clarkstown, Trelawney, and assaulting homeowners before setting their dwelling ablaze. Charges Floyd Gray, a driver of Brook Green, Ocho in St. Anne. According to reports, on Tuesday, October 15, Gray and his co-conspirators kicked off the front door for residents in Clarkstown. They allegedly fired several shots, one of which hit a woman, before setting the house ablaze. The police were alerted by neighbors, and upon arrival, the woman was assisted to the hospital where she succumbed to her injuries. Gray later turned himself into the police and was subsequently charged. A court date for him is being finalized. Family rocked by a third death in 3 years. As Annette Sinclair struggled to stand in the midst of her grief, a gut-wrenching cry could be heard through the community of Upper King Street in Kingston. Shortly after, the words, Jesus, 2022, 2023, and now 2024, may I forgot bury our next one, emerged, her voice trembling through her tears. Shortly after 2 p.m. on Sunday, Sinclair's spouse of over 30 years, 56-year-old Paul Crawford, staggered into her arms, critically wounded by gunfire, just moments after a barrage of shots echoed through the community. Crawford was later rushed to the Kingston Public Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Eyewitness reports that Crawford was one of 4 people shot, including a 12-year-old boy who was hit in his leg. Me just hear pop, 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 I first never heard so much gunshot, one eyewitness said, adding that she was shocked to hear that Crawford had died. Oh God, man, me can't believe this. Our own family are going to manage. Come in like so them can't get a break, the eyewitness said. In 2022, Sinclair and her family faced a similar devastating tragedy when her son, 27-year-old O'Shane Crawford, was shot and killed, just like his father. O'Shane managed to run to Sinclair before dying in her arms. This outbreak continued last year when her 31-year-old son, Paulon Crawford, passed away after prolonged illness, leaving the family reeling from the overwhelming grief. I really don't know how we're going to manage this, because we're still trying to come to terms with losing my brothers in less than 2 years. I know my father gone too, said 25-year-old Monique Crawford, who saw her father only minutes before he died. When me get the call, me feel like me couldn't breathe, because this don't feel real. But just even right this, you know? Right now, me just feel lost. I just can't believe this, she said, unable to hold back tears. She also said that after losing her brothers, her father struggled to cope and considered leaving the community. But since his shop, which is located at the front of the yard, was his main source of income to provide for his family, he stayed. Family is everything to my father. Him always make sure we're okay. Right now, I don't know how my mother is going to cope without him. I don't even know how my son is going to cope because his grandfather is everything to him. He go him from school every day, said Monique. Couple arrested in connection with $90 million seizure to appear in gun court Wednesday. The couple arrested last month in connection with the seizure of over $90 million in Caribbean estate, St. Catherine, is to appear in the gun court on Wednesday. Jermaine Daly, Treasury custodian at Courier Company Beryllium, and his 32-year-old common law spouse, Andrew Anderson, a football coach, both of Caribbean estate, are charged with unauthorized possession of ammunition, possession of prohibited weapon, dealing in prohibited weapons. The couple is also facing charges of transporting cash exceeding $10,000 and possessing criminal property with unknown person. On Monday, when the case was mentioned in the gun court, only Daly was present. As a result, he was remanded, and the matter was postponed for mention on Wednesday for Anderson to be brought. The defendants were arrested on October 5 at their home during an operation led by detectives from the National Strategic Anti-Gang Division with support from the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency MOCA, the Financial Investigation Division FID, and the Caribbean Search Center, targeting suspected lottery scamming activities. The police reportedly seized over 64 million Jamaican dollars, $317,000, 11,550 pounds and other currencies, along with 4 motor vehicles, valued at approximately 17 million Jamaican dollars, as well as 6 mobile phones, 2 guns, a Beretta BU-9 compact 9mm pistol with 5 rounds of ammunition, and a Taurus 9mm pistol with a magazine but no rounds were also recovered. In the second operation carried out at the premises 4 days later, an additional $38.3 million in cash was reportedly seized. During the search, which was done in the presence of the couple, investigators reportedly recovered 2 electronic devices, a currency counting machine, financial documents, luxury receipts, and the designer handbags. King's Counsel Peter Champagne and attorneys Orville Morgan and CJ Mitchell are representing the couple. Indicom probing fatal police shootings in Clarendon and Kingston. The Independent Commission of Investigations, Indicom, is probing 2 fatal police shootings that occurred on Sunday, November 3. The incidents in Freetown, Clarendon, and at Nelson Street in Kingston left 2 men dead. One man has been identified as Romario Rowe. The 2 police fatalities over the weekend bring the total number of individuals killed by security forces this year to 151, with November recording 2 deaths so far. In the Freetown incident, members of the constabulary were reportedly conducting inquiries about stolen property when they encountered Rowe. According to the initial report, a confrontation ensued as Rowe allegedly tried to disarm one of the police. During the struggle, the police opened fire, fatally wounding Rowe. The second incident took place on Nelson Street in Kingston 12. Police on patrol pursued a man who allegedly fled upon seeing them. The police claimed that the man fired at them, prompting them to return fire. The man, whose identity has not yet been determined, was hit and later pronounced dead at hospital. A rifle with a magazine was reportedly seized from the Kingston scene. Both shooting locations were processed by Indicom, and evidence including photographs of the deceased was collected. Initial statements from the officers involved in both shootings indicate that none were wearing body cameras at the time of the incidents. Indicom is urging any independent witnesses to come forward with information, photos, or videos that could aid the investigations. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.